All right, guys, log functions. This is chapter 6, section 3. It's just the second part. Again, we could have done all this yesterday, but I wanted to make sure that we kind of took our time through it so you guys understand everything that we're looking at. What does the word inverse mean? Opposite. Okay, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. On your calculators, there's a button that says log. Everybody see that? And on your calculator, there's a button that says ln. We talked about that yesterday. Log and ln, natural log, they're the same things. Natural log is just a specific kind. If you look on top of the button, on top of the x button, there's a 10 to the x. I'm sorry, on top of the log button, there's a 10 to the x. And above the ln, there's an e to the x. Everybody see that? Those are inverses of each other. Inverse means opposite. So what's the inverse of addition? Subtraction. Inverse of multiplication. Inverse of squaring a number. Taking the square root. Okay, so whenever we're solving and we're trying to undo something, we do the inverse. So same exact thing's going to happen here. When we get into later sections of logs and exponentials, you're going to use these properties, the inverse property, to undo, to get x by itself. So I want you guys to be familiar with that because you cannot solve these problems without your calculator. You can go through the whole process, but you cannot get the answer because this stuff you guys can't compute in your head. So understand that logs and exponentials are inverses of each other. If I could spell, it'd be great. Inverses. All right, logs and exponentials are inverses. E to the x and ln are inverses of each other. It's really important. So we're going to look at the basics behind this. Okay, letter A says 10 and the exponent says log 4. What is the tiny little number right here on our logarithm if I don't see it? Yeah, why is my, hold on. All right, if there is not a little tiny base number there, you should understand that that is log base 10, and then I have a 4. What did I just tell you guys about exponentials and logarithms? They are exponentials and logarithms are what of each other? Exponentials and logarithms are what of each other? Inverses, right? Do you see how this is a big base and then this is an exponent? Everybody see that? So I have an exponential function that has a logarithmic in it. Notice it's 10 to the log 10. What do you think happens with those two things? They cancel out. They are inverses of each other. They cancel out. So your answer here is 4. Now some of you are like, well, that's dumb. All right, that's a property that you're going to have to use in the next few sections when we go to solve. So when you have a base and a log base that are the same, they cancel each other out. So now we got to think a little bit on B. It says log 5 of 25 to the x. So there's a couple ways we could look at this. What did I tell you yesterday? How do we think? We think better exponentially, right? You guys agree? We think better exponentially. So if I rewrote this exponentially, do you guys agree this would be 5 to the what? What happens with 25 and x? They're going to switch. They switch spots. All right. If you don't see that, that's fine. Another thing we can do is say, okay, I have log 5, of 25 to the x power. If you want to use properties of logs, you want to say, hey, is there a way I can cross these things out? Which need, babe? How can I rewrite this so they have the same little base and the same big base? Can I rewrite 25 with a base of 5? What would I write it as? 5 squared. Do you guys agree? What would happen now? So all I did was replace the 25 to the x with 5 squared. What would happen with my 5 log 5? If I have log 5 of a big 5, what happens to them? They are what of each other? Inverses, so they do what? They cancel out, okay? You guys are going, again, this property is going to become much more useful in the next couple sections, but you have to understand that logs and exponentials are inverses of each other. All right, so look at this. What do you notice in 13? You have a big 8 and a what? A little 8. So what happens with 8 log 8? It cancels, so you're just left with just x. All we're doing is simplifying. I have log little 7 with a big 7. What happens? Cancel, so we're left with what? Negative 3x. You guys are like, ooh, can we have a bunch of these on the test? Look at this one. Ooh, wait a second. They're not exactly the same, but can I rewrite? I have a log with a little 2. Can I write 64 as a big 2 to a power of something? Use your calculators. 2 to what power gives me 64? To the 6th power? So when I do that, what happens here? So what does x equal? 6. Good. We just got to think a little bit. All right, now, this is a really hard one. Look at your calculators. What is on the same button as ln? E to the x. What are ln and e to each other? Inverses. So when you have e to the ln or ln to the e, what do? You cross it out. What's your answer here? 20, all right? Again, this will be a much easier process if you understand these inverse properties once we get to solving. We just need you guys to see that, the relationship. All right, we okay? All right, now we're going to talk about something called the change of base formula. Change of base formula. This is where some of your calculators, remember I told you your calculator is in log base 10, correct? So if you have like log 4 of 7, you can't just hit log 7 in your calculator because what that's going to give you is log base 10 of 7, not log base 4. Some of your calculators have shift buttons and stuff that you can do that. There's no reason to go through. I'm not going to go through everybody's calculator. If you want to try and look it up on the Google, feel free. But there is something called the change of base formula, and this is not anything that's crazy. You're like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. Look at this. Here's the formula. Look at how this is set up. It says log little b x equals. All right, everybody see this? I always say it's the log. You hit log of the visually bigger number over the visually smaller number. When I say visually bigger, I don't mean numerical value. I mean the number that is actually in size bigger. So this is how we're going to do this. It works for logs and ln's. In 1 second, you're going to be like, oh, okay. Here's the problem. If you hit in your calculator log 6, it is not the same as log base 3/6. You guys do not know 3 to what power gives you 6. It's not squared because that would be 9. So you would have to use the change of base formula. So this is how we would do it. What is the visually bigger number? Like when I look at that, which is bigger, the 6 or the 3? 6. So you would write it as log 6 divided by log 3. That's the change of base formula. You just hit your log button in your calculator and you put the visually bigger, not because 6 is numerically bigger. When I look at it and if I measured it, 6 is larger than 3. So in your calculators, guys, everybody do that. Hit log 6, close your parenthesis, divided by, excuse me, log 3. Give me 3 decimal places. 1.631. Good, okay. Everybody all right? Okay, how am I going to do this change of base formula? Perfect. Log 5 divided by log 2. How come you didn't do it the other way around? Because that's not the way you're supposed to do it? Because you're listening to what I said? What'd you guys get? 2.322. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I want you guys to do something for me. I want you to do the change of base formula with the same one, but I want you to use ln instead of log. Hit the ln button. ln 5 over ln 2. Tell me what you get. The same thing. Because logs and natural logs are the same thing. What I need you guys to understand is anytime you see an E or an ln, that's a specific kind of log or exponential. That's the button you have to use. Any other time you have numbers, 5 to the whatever, log 6 of this, whatever, then you use the log button. But there are going to be times when you have to specifically use the ln button. That's only when the problem involves ln or e, but it's the same thing. All right. Last thing we're going to talk about. You guys will not be graphing. I just want to show you something. Logs and exponentials are inverses of each other. Inverse means what? Opposite. So what is going to happen if you were, again, you don't need to know, I just want to show you this real quick. Say I have a domain and I have a range. I have x values and I have y values. So I have, I don't know, -2, 0, -4. And I get out 1/2, 4, and 9/2, whatever. Okay, this is my exponential function. If I said to you, well, what is the domain and range? Because this is my domain, right? The x value is your domain, and the y value is your range. This given function, I want to know the domain and the range of the logarithmic, the inverse of this. What would it be? Everybody in here can tell me. What does inverse mean? Opposite. They switch, right? So your domain becomes your range, and your range becomes your domain. So when you are graphing, you guys are not going to have to graph, but I want you to understand this concept. When you are graphing exponentials, and then if you were asked to graph logs, if you see it on the SAT or something like that, they are inverses of each other. So if you have the x and y for exponential and you need to graph the log, switch the x and the y. If you have the log and you're asked to graph the exponential, you switch the x and the y. Inverse means switch, opposite. So your domain values and your range values switch. X's become y's, y's become x's when you're graphing. That makes sense? Okay, we're done.